you may do commercials, but we want to have it a little faster, just maybe by 3 or 4 seconds. We can change our pitch right here. And here we can contrast the display. I can get it where you can look at that looks good like that, right? Or like this. I can't even see it. But from a different angle, you can see even better. See? So we have to have a contrast knob, which is right there. Now here first we have our input section. This corresponds to the inputs we showed you earlier that are in the back of our 1680. Now right here, right above it, we have our peak indicators. And these will light to suggest that we have hit the peak point. So we don't want to hit it too much and get a very harsh recording. Now these indicators allow you to confirm the signal level. Make sure that signal is proper. And that signal level is the level that comes from the 8 jacks in the back, as we showed you earlier. And we have, as you can see, mic or line, mic line, mic line, mic line. See that? Now mic would be our XLR. Line would be the quarter-inch plug we showed you from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, over here we have our monitor section. It's always important to make sure you have your monitor levels turned down before starting up your system. You don't want to blow your speakers or do something really crazy, you know what I mean? Keep your levels proper. Now the monitors will be still in the back, which is our output, which is 7 and 8 output on the monitor level. Next we have our headphone set. This is a headphone set leveler. See that? We can go from 0 to 10. This is in terms of dB. It's very important to know the amount of dB you've got going to your output. Over here we have our auto mix. We can read, we can write the mix, or we can go to manual. This is very cool when mixing your tracks up. Now here we also have our select, channel, edit, pan, EQ. Now this is actually the input. This is track select input. The input here, that's the input. This is the input here. This will correspond to the screen on the opposite side of our VS1680. That says channel 3. I just press 3. The attenuation, we have the EQ, we have our mix on, the fader, all this information. I'm pressing one button. We can see what's happening to that particular selected channel right here. Now here below here we have our track. These correspond to the tracks. So you have a drum here, a bass drum here, ooh, a snare drum on 2, a hi-hat here, the bass line, the keyboard, ooh, that funky sample my mama had on that record I sampled. And here we got a couple of vocals, and here's a lead vocal. And maybe we'll have something else someplace else. Or we can record up to 16 different tracks. Really cool. And it's our track section. And we can go 1 through 8, or flip it again, and we can go from 9 through 16. Really cool. Now we have our status too, the status of what this particular track is. It could be either, we can go to solo and say, well, we can have this track, let's say, muted or whatever. This could be soloed. The status of this particular track is according to the lights. And we'll show you more of that later on. How you can know the track status could be either muted or not muted. Or this could be erased totally, we don't even know what's on the track at all. This tells us the status of that particular track. Now here we also have our easy routing section, as you can see right here. We press this button and we go to easy routing. We can route our signals internally in our VS1680 through our easy routing. Below here we have our master. This is edit or solo. See that? That's very cool. We'll show you more about this later on. We can also have our fader mute. It's in or it's track. See that there? Here we have our master fader. This is the master overall fader for the entire output. And of course we have our strip right here, which is in terms of dB. And these are all our faders. We have 12 faders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And they correspond to the track or whatever we assign these faders to be. Well, it's time to get busy. Let's get a beat up and show you how we record into our VS1680.